Hey guys, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at sound desks and looking at the general layout and the way they work. Now in this video I'm going to be using an Allen & Heath Z22FX console, but this will apply to all analog sound desks. So the sound desk is broken up into rows of channels, all independent of each other. Now let's start off by taking a look at the inputs and controls for each individual channel. So at the top we have our three inputs, an XLR microphone input, a 1/4 inch jack line input, and a 1/4 inch jack insert socket. We then have our gain control. This, in combination with our volume fader, controls the volume of the channel. You really want to set up the gain so that the volume is about where you want it when the fader is at level 0. Below that we have a button to turn on a 100Hz high pass filter, which is used to reduce pop noises and rumble from the microphone signals. We then have our 3-band EQ. You can use this to adjust the volume of different frequencies of the sound. I'll try and give a more detailed explanation in a future video. Now the high and low controls act on a set frequency like on a DJ mixer, but the mid frequency has a variable frequency control, so you can choose the precise frequency that you want to adjust the volume of. Below that we have our aux control. An aux is like an additional output that you can use to send to monitors or out to effects units. There are two types of auxes, pre and post. If it's a pre-fade aux, the signal will be sent out the aux no matter what position the channel fader is in. If it's a post-fade aux, it'll only output sound if the channel fader is up. Now on this particular console we have a separate effects control. It acts like a post-fade aux, but instead of going into an output, it runs straight into a built-in effects processor, which then can apply an effect onto the channel. Then we have our pan control that adjusts if the channel is going out the left, right, or both sides of the stereo output. We then have a mute switch, and I shouldn't need to explain to you what that does. The PFL button stands for pre-fade listen. When you turn it on, the signal from that channel is sent out of the headphones. It's like a cue button on a DJ mixer. That little LED there acts as both a peak indicator when the signal's too loud, and to tell you when the PFL is turned on. We then have that channel fader which controls the volume of the channel. So there are two types of channels on a sound desk, mono and stereo channels. A mono channel is used with things like a microphone which only contain one single signal. A stereo channel will be something like a CD player and contains two signals for the left and right speakers. So a stereo channel is very similar, but it's basically two mono channels in one fader. On the right we have all our master controls. A few things I'm going to point out. At the top we have all our connections for our auxes, headphones, and for our master output. Below that we have a PFL volume control for our headphones. Also we have a volume control for our two pre-fade auxes. Then below that we have our master volume control on two faders. Now this video was looking specifically at the Allen & Heath Z22FX, and all the features will differ depending on what make and model of sound desk you have, but the layout and controls tend to stay the same no matter what sound desk you're using. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that like button. And as always, thanks for watching.